I'm Alex McCord, and you are watching The Real Deal on thestir.com. Today we are discussing both parts 1 and 2 of the reunion of season 3 of The Real Housewives of Miami. First, I was confused. Why were they airing both parts of the reunion in 1 week? Was it really that bad? Did they want to bury it? I don't know. It was very strange to me. However, I was pleasantly surprised because, truly, these reunions were better than the entire season that came before it. For a few reasons. Let's discuss. First, I noticed that more than any other cast, these ladies have given up any pretense that they are a group of friends rehashing the last 6 months of their lives. They are jaded, they are savvy, which back in the day used to be something that the producers and the network used to guard against. Gone are the days of the old school reunions where there's a wide open room with a chair for every housewife and you walked in not knowing which makeup artist was going to be yours that day. That's all been replaced with handheld cameras in every dressing room, an opening shot of the ladies arriving first thing in the morning, makeup free, and you know what? I really liked that. I really like these behind the scenes shots of makeup fights and bathroom breaks. I mean, that's what really goes on. And since the curtain's already been thrown all the way back on things like editing, coaching, engineering, why not show a 2013 savvy audience more of what they really want to see? Also, using behind-the-scenes shots helped to fill out the episodes, which is a nice ebb and flow from all the screaming matches at these reunions. Second reason it was a great reunion, nearly everybody came in with a perfectly polished, dirty bomb to drop. Now, I don't know whether that was carefully planned and rehearsed in advance, or whether these ladies just decided to take it upon themselves to dig up as much dirt as possible on each other. Now, from my experience with the New York reunions, those always used to be most about playing defense against whatever clips and questions Andy would come up with, what he would be armed with coming in. But these ladies turned the tables. They weren't playing defense. They were playing offense. In hindsight, I'm not sure whether they came up with that idea all on their own or whether they were guided, but it doesn't matter because I couldn't see the guidance while I was watching. I only thought of that afterward. There was one telling moment wherein Lisa Hochstein or Joanna Kruppa, I'm not sure who it was at this point, said, "I thought we agreed last night not to hit below the belt." Okay. Someone in the control room is whispering to themselves, "Oh, ladies, yes you will." Of these polished dirty bombs, a few things stuck out to me. First, Lisa accused Leah Black of borrowing jewelry for the reunion. Well, I say more fool you, Lisa, if you didn't borrow jewelry for the reunion. I mean, the reunions are the Housewives equivalent of award season. Everybody borrows. It's expected. Next, Marisol's argument this entire season that Leah didn't visit Mama Elsa in the hospital has always smelled funny to me. It's always seemed manufactured and reaching and kind of over the top, like Jill and Bethany over Bethany not visiting Bobby when he was sick. But at the reunion, a much more plausible reason came out, and it had nothing to do with that silly iPad message from Marisol's father. Marisol said that Leah Black used Mama Elsa to get more camera time. She noticed that Mama Elsa was loved and got lots of attention, so she befriended her to make herself look better as a housewife, to get good, fun camera time that would definitely make the show. And once Mama Elsa was sick, out of commission, in the hospital, no longer filming, off the show, Leah was done with her. No more filming, no use for her. Well, guess what? That's a real reason. That sounds plausible to me. Now, Leah fights back in the only way she can think of to accuse Marisol of being desperate and trying to stay on the show. That's the oldest trick in the book and always a cheap shot. And I thought that the ladies all needed to back off Lisa Hochstein, particularly over her work situation. I mean, forget the baby for a moment. Just because you aren't a doctor, lawyer, or secretary doesn't mean you don't work. Lisa alluded to having been a struggling model and actress, and I happened to catch a clip on a Watch What Happens Live at one point of a movie that she was in. Historically, housewives have never been allowed to talk about having been an actress, unless they were already known for it. Any struggling or not already famous actresses were told never to talk about it because having unknown actresses as housewives might make the viewer think the shows are fake. Shock horror! I'm sure that Lisa worked her tail off trying to make a career for herself, and Andy and Joanna needed to pipe down on the making fun of her about immigrating from Canada. Whether you come from Canada or a developing country or a dictatorship, it's equally hard to get working papers for the United States. Hey, it took us 7 years to make Simon a U.S. citizen, and that was with the proof and benefit of marriage, 2 children, and a steady 9-to-5 job. Try to come in as a struggling artist with no major magazine or movie studio sponsoring you? Ha! Give Lisa a break, people. There were so many new elements of the reunion to love, but one thing I did not like was Andy going back to the drawing board and asking the ladies to say something positive at the end after a day of brawling. Well, Marisol hit the nail on the head by arguing, this is not a positive forum. Andy said with his innocent doe eyes, it can be. Come on. I say, in any Housewives city ever has a reunion ever been a positive forum? Huh? Entertaining? Yes. Exhilarating? Exhausting? Yes. Vindicating? Sometimes. Positive? I challenge any housewife ever to say that with a straight face. Finally, the big question everyone's been asking me is, will Miami come back? Answer? I don't know. The producers, in this case purveyors of pop, pulled out all the stops to make the reunion fabulous. It did seem kind of like a Hail Mary pass. It might not be enough to save the franchise, but regardless, I hope the other cities will pick up Pop's elements, such as behind-the-scenes reunion footage, the music video montages in the regular episodes. They really did manage to reinvent the reunion genre, and they deserve kudos for that. I would even go further and suggest that the speed bump in the middle of each regular episode, you know, that 30-second clip in between the commercials, that should be behind-the-scenes footage from the regular season as well. I mean, now that you've started, pull that curtain all the way back. Well, back to whether Miami will come back or not. Andy asked Leah Black whether those ladies accurately represent Miami. She said no. Oops. Add to that the fact that there are no real friends left on the episode. Even the ones that Andy and Bravo thought were friends were at each other's throats. Nobody's friends. So if there is a season 4, who would film together? Where would the alliances fall? I don't know that you could do that. Well, we'll have to wait and see what happens. But let me know what you thought in the comments, and join me on Monday for a brand new episode of The Real Deal covering Atlanta, some Beverly Hills gossip, Orange County, and more. For now, I am Alex McCord. You are watching The Real Deal on thestir.com. See you next time.